Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we have our top 3 in 3 minutes most played games of May. So we're doing this every month, going over what we played the previous month, and we are going to get into this. I do want to mention first a couple of stats. Now, May was a much more productive gaming month than April was. We had 27 plays in May of 11 different games, totaling about 20 hours of gameplay. So we're going to get into the list. Before we do, I want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a fantastic website where you can buy, sell, and trade games. I have a great selection to choose from. If you're just looking to build out your collection, looking to get some of the games you're going to see right here, they probably have them. There's one they don't, but the rest of them, they probably have. And if you are also looking to just clear out your collection, they will buy games from you. One of the ways they have so many great games is they're buying games from people all the time. Thriving used game market over there. Definitely check that out. And then, of course, they will trade with you. If you have a Board Game Geek username with a trade list set up on Board Game Geek, you then can go over to Board Game Co., drop your Board Game Geek username into their website. It will then compare your trade list with their stock and build a custom trade list right there on their website. It makes it very easy to facilitate a trade. I highly recommend it. If you do check them out, click on the link in the description below so they know I sent you over there. Board Game Co. makes it easy to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. All right, now, of course, like I said, top 3 in 3 minutes. So 3 minutes starts right now. All right, so number 3 is actually a tie between number 3 and number 2. Number 3 is Flashpoint Fire Rescue. This is one I hadn't played, I think, in a couple of years. And then my 2 little ones were interested in the cover, and I was like, well, it's cooperative. Maybe we can make this work. You are a fireman trying to save people from a burning building. We play with the family rules. There's more complex rules that we could add, and they've kind of been wanting me to add those, and I might do that at some point. But it's just so much fun. You know, when you're in there and you roll dice at the end of every turn, and if depending on, it's a grid, and so depending on where those dice point to, either smoke's going to show up or fire's going to show up or an explosion's going to happen. Explosions are really bad. They spread fire really fast. If you get caught in the middle of it, you end up back in the ambulance outside. In the family version, I think it's a little different if you play with the more experienced rules. But just so much fun. And granted, you know, there's probably some better strategy my 5-year-old, my 3-year-old could be doing, but they are playing this game and loving it. They're having so much fun. It's been a blast to pull it off the shelf and getting back into it. That's Flashpoint Fire Rescue. Number 2, Kingdom Death Monster. I had not played this game since October. I actually just finished filming a new gameplay of the White Giga Lion, which I had never fought. Y'all are going to witness my first play against it. So that's coming out very soon. If it hasn't started coming out already, it's 2 parts. Kingdom Death Monster is just my all-time favorite game of all time. It is this dark, depressing, horrible world that you're trying to survive in. You cannot get too attached to individual characters in the game, the individual survivors. You have to be more focused on the well-being of the settlement as a whole as you try to fend off these monsters and the nemesis and all these different things that are coming at you. I'm playing through a People of the Sun campaign right now, which means that there's tons of quarry at the beginning and a ton of nemesis monsters at the end, and it's a bit of a different setup than the normal campaign, so I'm really excited to see how that shakes out. I'm only 3 years into the campaign. I think it's a 20-year campaign. I'm not exactly sure. Number 1 is Hadrian's Wall. Y'all, this stormed onto the scene for me, and I wish I had played it prior to building my top 40. If I had, it would have been somewhere close to the top 10, if not in the top 10. Hadrian's Wall is so much fun. It's a flip, sort of a flip and right, except that when you flip the cards, that more gives you workers. So you get workers from flipping the cards, and then you put the workers out and scratch things off the way you would with a flip and right or a roll and right. And when you manage to set up a combo where, you know, you put this worker here, it scratches this off, which then gives you this thing over here, which then lets you scratch this off over here, which then this over here and this over here. It's so much fun. It's so cool. Hadrian's Wall, 8 plays of Hadrian's Wall in the first month of having it. I mean, really in the first like 2 weeks of having it, really. And that's my time. Cannot recommend Hadrian's Wall enough. I would say the rule book. This is a classic example of a rule book that makes the game seem more complicated than it really is. But that's only because the rule book goes into such detail, like they're trying to cover all the edge cases and stuff in the rule book. But what it ends up doing is making the game feel way more complex than it really is. Once you understand the concepts of the game, boom, 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 boom. I play through, and granted I'm playing solo, I play through the game in 40 minutes now, no problem. So, the cool thing is your turns are simultaneous, so even in multiplayer, once everybody knows the rules, it really should be about 40 minutes as well. So, there you go. That's the top 3 most played games of May. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click on the link in the description below to go check out Board Game Co. There's links in the description below to support the channel. And until next time, for Board Online, Board Offline.